All right, it is Friday, October 13th. It's 11:10 a.m. Just getting started at the chart right now today. I haven't been feeling well since last night, but starting to feel a little bit better right now, and thought I would check out the chart and see what's going on today. So just gonna quickly see if there's any kind of measured move I can make. I mean, this would be like the first obvious one that was obviously already reached. I wonder if there's one for here. If I were to go here. So that's something to maybe consider. And we'll just see how today goes. I'm going to stop by 12:30, so I only have about an hour and 20 minutes today. It looks like we've been going very sideways here for quite some time. And nothing, not anywhere in a right place at the moment for any kind of setup looking like it's coming soon for my system and strategy. So I'll just pause here and see what happens. And try to stick around as long as I can. If I start feeling bad again, I'm going to stop. I'll just try to do a quick summary, but let's see how things go. The other thing I just want to quickly mention as I'm just getting started here is it's nice. I mean, with max price action trading system that I used to trade, I'd have to, if I started right now, I would kind of feel obligated to like go all the way back through the day and figure out, draw all the lines of all the channels and, do kind of a lot of work to get set up and feel ready to trade. But with my system, I can just start right now looking at the current price action and just, if I see something set up, I can trade it just according to my rules and not have to do all that. So it's just another thing I like about what I'm doing that helps me. It's a little less work. All right, let's see what happens. Actually, a potential setup right here with my
order submitted.
My new third setup that I've been considering. If it goes 2 ticks above the current bar, which doesn't look like it's going to happen, so never mind.
Order canceled.
I'm just recording here to see if we get a PB. If it closes down here, I'm going to get my order ready.
Order submitted.
I'm getting my order ready on my left chart, which is where my indicator is, just so that I can be entering and looking at the chart in one place. So it's a little different than I have been doing in the past. But you can still see my orders here, and I'm looking for a close down here and waiting for the next bar to tick 2 ticks below that is where I'd enter 1 tick below. So it's a little different. It's a little harder to follow. You're not seeing my cursor and my order moving, getting ready to drop the order, but it's just going to make it easier for me to enter trades if they present themselves a little easier and quicker, so I don't miss some. I feel like I've been missing some lately that I would normally be able to take, when I'm back testing and playback and whatnot. Normally I'd be able to get in some of these trades that I've missed because I'm not looking at 2 charts and dropping an order in on the blank chart instead of the chart where my indicator is. So, but you'll see once I'm in a trade, you should be able to see my profit target and my stop loss and everything at that point. So we're just waiting for, I need prices to come down here for a PB to kind of set up. So we're just waiting. I do still have kind of the expectation of reaching this measured move down here. Just at a glance, it's kind of what I'm thinking. So kind of have an extra reason to think it's coming back down. And it's been a down day overall. And I won't be surprised to see a retest of the low. Not really sure I should even be trading the way I feel, but I'm just going to give it a try. All right, prices are working the other direction. So I don't have any trade for long, I don't think, no matter what happens here. So the only way I'm interested in a trade is a PB down here, which is going the wrong way for me. And it's always funny when I'm in these situations because I used to be a Pats trader, you know. You say, okay, I'll even do it like this. You know, you say you're in a range, you know, something like that. So you don't think you want to take a short at the bottom of the range. Okay, this
Order
definitely
canceled.
isn't going the direction of my PB at the moment. So I'll pause here. But what I was going to say was, you know, what I was going to say was this is why I don't really draw these anymore, is because it just doesn't matter for my system really. I'm aware of it just visually based on my experience with Mac. I know there's validity to ranges, but then you know, there's all kinds of reasons why people take trades, and that people have different strategies, and that's certainly not the only strategy that people trade with. And there's reasons why you know, Mac's system works for him the way it does, but then, you know, we see price move regardless, and somebody's taking those trades. And so this is just, you know, I'm trading a different system, and it just doesn't require me to draw ranges, channels, all that stuff. I don't do it at all anymore. All right, let's pause and see if something sets up here. So I'm noticing that we are at yesterday's low, right, where all this consolidation is happening. So it seems like the market's deciding whether it wants to stay inside the previous day's candle, or if it wants to, you know, since we're getting close to the end of the day, potentially close below yesterday's candle. So I think that's some of the, you know, the other thing we have too is, you know, we have this leg. So, you know, we might expect a second leg up from that. That's the only thing I'll draw that, you know, these measured moves is the only thing right now that I'm ever considering to draw that is from what I learned from Mac's price action trading system. All right, I say that a lot, but I was trading it for 3 years, so you know, there's definitely a lot of things I learned from that system that I've brought into how I look at this system. And you know, I worked with a group called LSR, and it's kind of a hybrid PAT system, traded in that group. And I learned a lot of things about making rules for strategies. And so shout out to Souls, who has no idea, isn't going to see this probably, but shout out to Souls because I learned a lot about thinking about how to design a system, make rules for a system, a strategy, and, you know, how to test and back test and forward test. And so a lot of what I learned from Souls and his LSR group, as well as from Mac and Pat's group, you know, I've brought things that I've learned there into this strategy and made rules for how I enter and exit trades and all sorts of things like that. And it's really helped me actually finally figure out how to make this indicator work for me. Whereas before I always had an idea of how it could be beneficial, but I was never able to make a system around it that I can actually trade off of. So I feel like I finally got that at least. And we're testing the system here on YouTube. We'll see how it goes. All right, I'm pausing here. See if we get set up. Recording here again. This might turn into
Order
the
submitted.
PB that I was looking for earlier. Waiting for one thing to line up. Actually, no. There's two
Order
things not
canceled.
lined up, so there's no trade there. Very kind of just messy range here. A lot of sideways. How long has this been? Almost an hour of sideways. So given how I'm feeling and how the market's looking, I'm not in a hurry to take a trade today. I'll only take one if it's a perfect setup. I don't feel like ending the week on a red note by making some sort of aggressive trade. See what happens. All right, so it looks like it's not going to make a measured move up for the second leg, which to me even more so means we're coming back down to reach the lows of the day. I haven't seen a setup for it, but my initial kind of thought was that we're going to come back down here and maybe even go for that measured move. So we'll see. Just keep watching. All right, I actually am looking for
Order submitted.
LO here. If this bar closes bearish, I would enter 2 ticks below it. Or I'll enter 1 tick below it when the next bar goes 2 ticks below it. Looking to enter if it closes down here. Faking me out. So it can come back down. Gonna enter this if it goes 2 ticks. If it retraces up, it will invalidate the trade. All right, so the fact that it went higher, I'm not a big fan of that. Higher than the previous candle. So I think even if it did trigger at this point, which it doesn't look like it will, I think it takes the trade off the table. There's just going to be no trade, no trigger, regardless.
Order canceled.
So we'll see if we get another opportunity. This candle, though, was my BT, which essentially I have a line on my indicator. It's blue. I made it blue. And so I call it a BT for a blue touch. And that's what I look for as my first indicator of a LO setting up. And then the next bar no longer touching the BT, the blue. So I know you don't see my indicator or know what the indicator is, so it's not going to mean much to you, but that's just a little bit of insight into what I'm looking for. I'll keep watching. All right, so it's a little after 12, and I think it kind of made one leg down and then almost a second leg down, couldn't quite reach there, and bounced back up again. So still no setups, and just a small amount of time left. Won't be surprised if there's no trade for me today, which is fine. And yeah, I missed most of the day, so let's see what happens. All right, looks like I have a
Order submitted.
my new setup maybe here right now. I missed
Order
it.
canceled.
I saw it too late. It works. It works every time though. I gotta come up with a name for this. I don't know what I'm calling it yet. Maybe like I don't know. I'll have to think about it. That worked right away. The funny thing about it is it just happens so fast, and I kind of know what to look for, but I don't know what it's. I don't know exactly why it's so good. I gotta figure it out. Wow, that worked right away. All right, well, let's keep watching. All right, I'm looking possible LO here.
Order submitted.
Kind of thinking maybe this. Other than that's already met, so that doesn't look good. In any case, if this is a inside bar or not a bullish bar, or if it pulls back too much, it won't qualify anyway. Doesn't look like it's going to be bullish. All right, so this is a
Order canceled.
Pause again. Maybe we could be looking for something like this. It's a possibility if it works out. I got no setups though, so just waiting. All right, so it's clearly not doing that. But it really just doesn't matter because I have no setups right now. And I'm sticking around for 10 more minutes. So let's see. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It's 12:30 and I don't feel great. Looks like it maybe is finally going to make an attempt at the lows of the day. You know, maybe something at least like this. But I'm beat, and I don't see any setup necessarily happening sometime soon. I mean, there could be an LO or something right here. In fact, maybe I'll just watch for another minute here just because we're in a spot where an LO could form to the downside. See how this candle ends. That's bullish. Yeah, so I'm just going to call it. I'll do a wrap-up video and post that. But 0-0 today, only traded for less than an hour and a half. And got to shake this thing off and come back strong next week. So this is the end of my 4th week trading. And I'll do a wrap-up and post it how the week went. And go from there. All right, see you guys next week.